Welcome to Links 007 TV News Report, providing you with the best in local and international news updates. This is a place where you can get the most reliable and informative news information. Links 007 TV News Report. Welcome to the night in news for Saturday, September 30th, 2023. These are the news making the headlines. Student charged after 14-year-old is beaten unconscious in shoes incident. A student has been charged in relation to the beating of another student at the B.B. Coke High School in Junction, St. Elizabeth on Thursday, September 28. The minor, who was charged with assault, occasional grievous bodily harm, will be arraigned on Monday, October the 2nd. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto said that the injuries to the student is currently being treated at hospital for his injuries, which are said to be serious. The boy's mother, Chantal Goldburn, says a scan shows that air is in her son's brain after he was punched in both eyes and kicked continuously in the face by a grade 11 student. During the publication of this report, we were reliably informed that the student has been transferred to a medical facility in St. Andrew. The student, who is still said to be in serious condition, was beaten severely by another student at the B.B. Coke High School. During the transfer, it was evident that the Minister of Education, Ms. Fable Williams, was on hand in order to provide some support to the family.
Following the incident which took place on Thursday at the B.B. Coke High School, one student has now been formally charged for assault occasioning grievous bodily harm. He will be taken to the Santa Cruz Parish Court on Monday, where he will answer to the charges. As it relates to the other student, he remains in the Mandeville Regional Hospital, where he is still undergoing treatment at this time.
Continuing the news, Grand Spen woman hospitalized after being abducted and shot in the head. A woman was abducted in Grand Spen, St. Andrew and shot in the head on Friday night. Links 007 TV News was understand that the trainee teacher was assisted to hospital, where she was admitted in serious condition. We were informed that she went to the Grand Spen police station to visit a male friend who works at the facility, and while outside she was abducted. It was further reported that the woman, who is from Grand Spen area, was taken to a location in St. Andrew South Police Division, where she was shot in the head by her abductors. It is further reported that the woman managed to play dead until her abductors left the scene. The Grand Spen area has been tense in recent weeks. There have been a number of serious criminal activities taking place in the Grand Spen area. There was a triple killing last Sunday, followed by a murder and shooting the day before. A curfew was imposed in the area amidst the flare-up of violence. Continuing the news, 6-year-old boy shot and succumbed to his injuries in Duane Park. A 6-year-old boy was shot dead by a gunman on Totford Avenue, Duane Park, St. Andrew on Saturday morning. He has been identified as Markina Tim Ling, who was shot and killed by a gunman when they fired on a vehicle he was being transported in. The vehicle was being driven by the child's father. It was reported that at around 7:30 a.m., the father had just driven from their house in a white Toyota Hiace when it is alleged that a white Toyota Probox motor car with 2 armed men aboard drove up. The men, the police said, opened gunfire to the rear of the Hiace, shooting up the vehicle and hitting Markina in the back of his head. The father reportedly drove to the Duane Park police station and sought the assistance to hospital. The police unit transported the child to the hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. No motive had yet been established for the attack, the police said in a statement. Continuing the news, Grand Spen man charged after gun and ammunition discovered in suitcase. A 30-year-old man from Oddman Lane in Grand Spen was arrested and charged after a 9mm Taurus pistol along with 12 9mm rounds of ammunition was found inside a suitcase occupied in a house he shared. The discovery was made during an operation in the area on September 24th. Charged with unauthorized possession of a prohibited weapon and ammunition, as well as possession of assorted parts of a prohibited weapon, is Coy Williams, otherwise called Canaan, or active. His court date is to be finalized. Continuing the news, JUTC driver caught stealing fuel. A Jamaica Urban Transit Company driver, JUTC, will spend his birthday weekend behind bars after he was reportedly caught stealing over 60 gallons of fuel on Friday in Lake Spen, Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Allegations are that shortly after 9 p.m., the rogue employee drove one of the buses to the location where he emptied the tank of oil. The oil is estimated to be valued at $3,000 per gallon if sold on the streets. Our news team understand that a contingent of police got ears of the situation and immediately swooped down on the alleged perpetrator. 4 people were arrested, including the driver of the JUTC bus. It is believed that the 2 of the perpetrators are residents from the community, while another has an address in Kingston. The fuel bus is part of the efforts to stop dishonesty at the JUTC, which continues to lose millions of dollars annually through gas theft. The police investigation are ongoing. Continuing the news. Pastor's stolen gun recovered. The Portland police say they have uncovered a stolen gun, believed to be that which was stolen from a pastor in Boscobel, St. Mary, and have taken 3 individuals into custody in relation to the seizure. The gun was recovered during a targeted operation across several communities in the parish. According to the senior superintendent, Lyde Darby, the operation, which occurred on Sunday and Tuesday, resulted in a number of total haul of 2 guns, pistol, and 22 rounds of ammunition. Darby also said quick point out that the seizure are a testimony of the hard work carried out by members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force in the parish. A total of 7 firearms have been seized by the police in the division since the start of 2023. Meanwhile, Darby is urging members of the public to partner with the police in the fight against crime as they seek to preserve peace among everyone. Continuing the news. Amoy Leon Issa, mom of slain 9-year-old, hands over access code to investigators. Investigators assigned to the Cybercrime Department of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF say they are now in possession of the access code for the cellular phone of Amoy Leon Issa, mother of 9-year-old Gabrielle King, who was slain in St. James in January 2022. According to the JCF's Corporate Communications Unit, the code was sent to the police via attorney on Friday afternoon following a court order. The Constitutional Court upheld a previous ruling by the parish court that she should hand over the access code. The court had dismissed a claim put forward by Amoy Leon Issa as she sought to stop a production order for the phone. She had argued that allowing investigators to search her phone by way of production order would be in breach of her privacy rights. However, Friday's ruling said that for investigators into the son's murder, the benefit gained from granting the production order far outweighed the breach of privacy of the claimant. Gabriel was murdered along the Tucker Main Road in St. James on January 13, 2022. Continuing the news. Nurse killed in 2-vehicle crash in St. Thomas. A nurse was killed in a 2-vehicle accident on the York Main Road in St. Thomas on Friday. The deceased has been identified as 29-year-old Chelsea Angus of Seaford in the parish. Angus was a practical nurse at the St. Thomas Infirmary. Links 007 TV News understand that at around 5:30 p.m., Angus was driving a Toyota Vitz motor car towards Morant Bay when, in the process of overtaking, the vehicle collided with a Mazda pickup traveling in the opposite direction. Angus suffered serious injuries and was rushed to hospital where she succumbed to her injuries. Continuing the news. Cocaine found in bathroom at the Kingston International Airport in Montego Bay. 16 pellets containing cocaine were found inside a section of the female restroom inside the Kingston International Airport in Montego Bay, St. James on Thursday. Reports are that sometime around 3 p.m., detectives assigned to the Narcotics division were carrying out an operation inside the facility when the contraband weighing 0.8 kilograms was found. No arrest was made in connection with the seizure. The investigation continues. Continuing the news. The police are on the hunt for gunmen after retired cop and 2 others killed. The St. James police have launched a manhunt for the killers of 3 men, including a retired Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF member, Constable Patrick Hyde, during an attack on the Tucker Main Road on Wednesday afternoon. Hyde reportedly retired from the JCF in January of this year. The 2 other deceased, both of St. James addresses, are 73-year-old Neville Dixon of Rosemount Gardens and 27-year-old laborer Glenroy Morgan of Tucker District. Reports are that sometime around Wednesday afternoon, gunmen traveling in a Voxy motor vehicle opened gunfire on a truck on which Dixon and Morgan were traveling. Both men were shot and killed. During the attack, the retired JCF member was caught by a stray bullet and taken to hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. The police investigation continues. Vendor shot in Kingston Craft Market. A vendor was shot during a brazen attack by gunmen in the Craft Market in downtown Kingston on Friday. Reports are that sometime around 3:49 p.m., men posing as customers and armed with handguns went to the market and asked for a woman by her name. Minutes later, explosions were heard. The sounds of the explosion sent vendors clamoring for cover. The police were called, and during a search of the area, the wounded woman was found. Sources have reported that she was shot in the head. The police have since launched an investigation. This has been Links 007 TV News Report. Thanks for watching.